so I've got some decisions I want to make, and I think I'm going to do one of them right over here. So I'm going to grab a little bit of black and brown and a little bit of the white, and I'm I'm going to come up with, from this tree, I'm just, I think, yep, I'm going to come up just a little bit, and I have a 5/8 angle brush that I'm using. I'm going to bring in, I don't want the white on the other side, I want the white on this side, so actually what I'm going to do is grab a little bit more of that black and try to make a gray. I just mix a little black and white together. Oh, I actually like that. I'm just making a post here, an old rugged looking with some white. I've got some white and brown on my brush now, and I think I got too much, and I'm just tapping it off a little bit, and then I'm just coming in, just trying to get some different colors in here. I'm going to grab my number 3 round brush, and I'm going to dampen it a little bit and wipe it off, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this brown and white together, just a tad bit together, and just let it come in here and see. Okay. Just putting some little colors in there. I might want it a little more gray, so if I do, I'll just grab a little white and black and then just put some, still got it too dark, so I'm going to grab some more of that white with it. So I like that. Now, why did I put the post there? That's a good question. I need to let this dry because I don't want to mess with nothing until I do. So I washed and dried my number 3 brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit. I'm coming back out here where this little bush is, and I'm just going to pick up a little white and a little pink, and maybe put a few little, just a few here and there. Little pink little. I think I went crazy that time, put a little bit too much. I'm just barely tapping a few in there, just to give it something different. Now I'm going to wash that off. And I'm going to grab my liner brush. I'm going to wet it a little bit, and I'm going to go into the brown. I've got a little water on my brush, and I'm just going to grab some of that brown and roll my brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a few little, I think I got too much water on the end. There we go. I'm just going to give it a couple little flicks here, like there's a bush or something behind it or something. And that's all I'm going to do for that. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to give it a little more highlights in there. So I think I'm going to come in with just a little, take my liner brush, just a little white, and just kind of flick over it just a little. Very gentle. Actually, I think I might want this one to come a little more out. There we go. And that can just kind of... So what I did is I This post just came up out of the bush. It just grew. Now, it's probably about 2.5 inches tall, and I did slant it at the top, so you know, you can do whatever you want to. You can put a pole up there, a black pole if you want to. But what I did is, and I'm not going to do it with chalk, I'm just going to show you with my pencil because I think you can see it on here. I came out bad. I just picked a spot, so I'm probably about halfway of the stick, and I came out about 1 inch. I just drawed a straight line, and then I came up another inch. So I left a little space. I just came over maybe 1/8 of an inch, and I came up 1 inch. And I'm writing on my painting. And then I just came down from the top to this point and come to this point, and then I come past it about 1/8 of an inch. And then I just put me a little line in there about 1/8 of an inch. It just kind of evens there. And there's a little cute little birdhouse. So I'm back with my number 3 brush, and I've got some black. So I'm just going to come in with a little brown and a little black on my brush, and I'm going to just kind of I'm going to come out that 1 inch, and there we have that line. And so, you know, it's an old birdhouse, so if it's not perfect in line, that's okay. And then I'm going to come out with this one, and then we'll just close this one up, and then we'll put that one on there. So there's our old little birdhouse. So again, just a little black, a little brown, and we're just going to close this in. I think I'm going to pick up just some brown on this one, because that black will overtake it and make it more than what I want. It's just an old birdhouse, you know, little bird. I have them in the behind my house, and little birds will come stay in them every once in a while, so that's a good thing. All right, I'm just going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to pick up some white with this and just kind of start trying to blend in a little white with it and see what kind of grays we can get in here. And I'm just going to bring it down. Concentrate here, y'all, so I don't go out the line too much. I don't want the birdhouse to grow no more if I can help it. I'm happy with him. Okay. And right here. So I'm liking that color. I'm going to put a little more white, I think, in here just to give it, just flicking it down some. But I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, but I'm bringing this line down. So I don't want to kill all that white and that color, so I like that. It is growing a little bit. I'm just going to very lightly touch that. I guess it would be his little perch that he would perch up on. So again, we'll just put some white in this away, going a little bit, and then flick up a little bit right in here. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, this makes me nervous with this big of a brush. And the other one is too long, so I have another little brush here. Yeah, I think this will work. This is also this is a 16 by, no wait, y'all can't even see it. It's a 16 by 10, and so if I can get the top off, it's a shorter bristle. So I'm gonna use that. Yeah, I've got all these brushes. I might as well use some of them, right? All right, so I'm just going to get a little water, and I'm just going to come in and pick up a little black. And what I want to do is just come in, and I'm hoping you can see it, but I'm just going to come in right under this root and make it look like it's just kind of got a hole in it. That's where the board was put together. And I think I might want to do that back down here. I'm just coming down with a thin line so we can see the side and the And again, if I need, I could just pick up a little water if I need to. But I think I'm going to give this corner over here a little. When it's black like that, you think it looks like a hole in the your wood, you know, there. So I'm hoping you can see. That's my little birdhouse, and I'm just putting a few little marks in there. But I'm going to grab some of this. I'm going to wash my brush, and I'm going to pick up some white now. Just a little bit of white on my brush. Well, actually, I'm going to go back and pick up some of that black because I don't like this being so white. There we go. I like that highlight on there, but I don't want it all the way white. So now I'm washing my brush, and I'm picking up that white. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a highlight. So we're just going to come around, right around our post a little bit. And we're going to come up top of our, it doesn't have to be a solid line, y'all. It's just a little bit of light. There we go. I think I might go back with a little bit. I've still got the white on my brush, so I'm not going to excuse me, wash it. I'm just going to come back on this back side and just kind of put another little dark side because I want my shadow over here. Same way with this tree, I can just come in with a little more dark on that tree. And I'm just, as you can tell, it's just a tiny little bit of, as you can tell, it's just a tiny little bit of black on my brush. Just to give that, because the tree's mainly brown, I just want to put some of that to give me a little highlight. Okay. So, and I'm not even going up here because I see that's darker. So, I'm liking my little birdhouse. I think he's awful cute. What I did is I took my pencil and I kind of drew me like a little oval shape, a little egg-like shape, and then I put a little tiny circle on top of him, and then I'm going to flick his little tail. It's just going to be a tiny little red bird. So with this being this pink, I'm going to come in here using my, again, this small liner brush, this, the 16/0. I'm just picking up a little white, and I'm just going to kind of close in his little head in a circle. Almost need a magnifying glass. And then I'm going to close his little body up, and then I'm going to flick down with his tail. You might want to make his body a little bigger if that's I think I got too much water there, so what I can do is I can just bring some water in here and wipe this off and start over with it, because that's it went longer down further than I wanted it to go. So I'm going to take some off of his, there we go. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of water, and I'm just going to flick a few feathers here. There we go. And that's all I want. I can make his body a little bigger if I need to. Making him too big, I think. Well, he's going crazy here. Could probably gotta make his body a little bigger. There we go. Alright, and I'm just putting his little beak there. So he's not going to be a little white bird. He is going to be a little red bird, but I got to get some color down because the red with this pink, the red is transparent. So we want to have some color under there. And I don't need a bunch of details. He's just a little bird. So, and that's not his home. I don't know where, does redbirds stay? I don't know what redbirds live in. They just live in the tree, or do they live in, I know they got to have nests, but do they live, I have never seen any in the box. I've seen them flying around the box, but I've never seen them go in my boxes. So I don't think they would. I like these bushes, but I'm thinking right in here still, I would like to come in with a little more white. So I have my small bristle brush. I'm just going to wet it, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this white and a little bit of my dark green, if I can get it. There we go. And I'm just going to put in a few little touches here. And I put the green on so that maybe I wouldn't go crazy with the white. I actually like I've gotten some more color in here with it too, so kind of like that too. These little twigs, I think I'm going to just take the green and just give them a little touch, not much, just as if they're just a few leaves coming on them. And I'm just turning it, and I don't want a whole bunch there. I don't want a lot of accent colors there, so that's why I just put a little bit of and I just took my small bristle brush and just touched it and just gave it a little bit, and I'm happy with that. I may come in with some white, we'll see, but I didn't want a whole lot of color in here, but I have a little bit, and actually I might pick up a little bit more white and just do a few more, because like I said, I don't want to go crazy, but I do like that, have a little different textures in there, different colors, because nature's full of so many different things. And this one here still is still lighter, which I do like, but you know, they're different. They're in different angles too, and so I'm happy with that. I'm picking up my 16 by over 20 liner brush again. It's just trying to show you it's very small, and I'm going to come in here to this little bird, and I'm going to see if I can bring you down. And so I've got you in here with me to see the tiny little bird. He is tiny. So I'm just going to grab some of this red, and I'm just going to fill in. Like I said, I don't need a bunch of detail on him. Don't need a bunch of colors. I just got to get it filled in. We may come in there, back in there with a little bit of highlights. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll tell you what I did forget to do for him, and I'll go back with some white and do it. I'm just covering up that white. I'm going to grab a little bit of the white, and I'm just going to flick a few little feathers here. There we go. And then once that dries, then we can put in some more. So I'm going to just grab some, just a little bit of black, and I'm just going to come in and just the smallest detail do his beak. I'm not really worried about a lot of I don't want detail on him. I just want him to look like a little red bird. I think I will grab a little black and just come under his belly though, just a little bit. And I mean, so much though, I just put just a little dab right there under him to look like his little feet. So that's, just give him a little. Then I'm coming back with some more red in a little bit. So we're just going to let that dry.